to our channel to learn anatomy. In this video, we are going to learn about the norma verticalis of skull bone. First of all, what does the term norma verticalis means? The term norma verticalis refers to the superior view of the skull. So, the superior view of the skull is called as norma verticalis. But why it is named as norma verticalis? The term norma means view and the term verticalis means vertex. Vertex is the highest point of the object which we are speaking about. So here vertex is the highest point of the skull. This is the vertex of the skull, which means this is the highest point of the skull. As we are looking at the vertex of the skull, this view is named as norma verticalis. So in this video, we are going to learn about the structures which are visible in the norma verticalis. So starting from the shape of the skull is oval in the norma verticalis. And the anterior part of the skull is the narrowest part of the oval shape. And the posterior part of the skull is the widest part of the oval shape. So here the skull is oval in shape and the anterior part is the narrowest part of the oval and the posterior part is the widest part of the oval shape. Now we are going to learn about the bones that are visible in the norma verticalis. There are 4 bones which is visible in the norma verticalis. The first one is the upper part of the frontal bone and the 2 parietal bones and the upper part of the occipital bone. So the 4 bones which are visible in the norma verticalis are upper part of the frontal bone, 2 parietal bones and upper part of the occipital bone. Moving on to the sutures which are visible in the norma verticalis. There are 3 sutures which are visible here. The first one is coronal suture. The coronal suture joins the parietal bone, joins the 2 parietal bones with the frontal bone. So this is the coronal suture. Moving on to the next suture, it is the sagittal suture. The sagittal suture joins the 2 parietal bones. And the next suture is the lambdoid suture. The lambdoid suture joins the 2 parietal bones with the occipital bone. So the suture between the occipital and the 2 parietal bones is the lambdoid suture and the suture between the parietal bones is the sagittal suture and the suture which is in between the frontal bone and the 2 parietal bones is the coronal suture. So these are the 3 sutures which is present in a normal adult. But there is one more suture called metopic suture. It is occasionally present in about 3 to 8% of individuals. It is here separating the frontal bone into 2 halves. Usually this suture is present in the fetal skull and normally it fuses at the age of 6. But in rare cases it is present in adult skull. We have completed the shape of the skull in the norma verticalis and the bones that are seen in the norma verticalis and the sutures that are visible in the norma verticalis. Now we are moving on to the other structures that are visible in the norma verticalis. The first structure is this vertex of the skull. We already saw the vertex. So the highest point of the skull is the vertex. The highest point of the skull lies on the sagittal suture. So on the sagittal suture lies the vertex of the skull. So the next point is the bregma. Bregma is the meeting point between the coronal and the sagittal sutures. So this is the point at the junction of the coronal and sagittal suture. We call it as bregma. Next one is lambda. Lambda is the point at the junction of the lambdoid and sagittal suture. So this is the lambdoid suture and this is the sagittal suture. The junction between the lambdoid and the sagittal suture is called as lambda. So this is the point lambda. The next part is the parietal tuber or parietal eminence. This parietal tuber is the area of maximum convexity of the parietal bone. Here is the maximum convexity of the parietal bone. This part is called as parietal tuber or parietal eminence. This is the common site of fracture of the skull. The next part is the parietal foramen. 4 cm above the lambda, there are 2 foramens on either side of the sagittal suture. On the parietal bone, we call it as parietal foramen. So, the foramen on the parietal bone on either side of the sagittal suture above 4 cm of the lambda, this is the parietal foramen. The next part is the oblion. Oblion is the point on the sagittal suture in between the parietal foramen. So this is the oblion part on the sagittal suture in between the 2 foramens. So this is the oblion part. The next part is the temporal lines. There are 2 temporal lines on the lateral aspect. These temporal lines are visible in the verticalis, norma verticalis. That's why we are speaking about the temporal lines. There are 2 temporal lines, the superior temporal line and the inferior temporal line. The temporal line begins at the zygomatic process of the frontal bone and it arches backwards and upwards and crosses the frontal bone. This is the frontal bone. It crosses the frontal bone and it also crosses the parietal bone. On the parietal bone, there are 2 temporal lines. The one above is the superior temporal line and the one below is the inferior temporal line. Tracing the lines on the anterior side, these 2 lines fuses together to form a single line. And on the posterior side, the superior temporal line fades out and the inferior temporal line continues to passes downwards and forwards. So that's all for the norma verticalis of skull. Thank you.